to thanking you, Parul University, for giving me opportunity to introduce our special guest speaker, Mr. Chirag Himani. We are pleased to welcome a very special guest, Mr. Chirag Himani. Okay, so Mr. Chirag Himani is presently working as a senior automation engineer in HSBC company Pune. So he has more than 7 years of experience. He also delivered training the individual and organization to amplify their skill on automation testing. So he also he also named as a top 10 influencer in automation testing field by Monalitica. So now let us warm welcome to our guest speaker, Mr. Chirag Himani. I would like to Mr. Chirag Himani to start their session on placement tips and tricks. So, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep sir, for the lovely introduction. So I would like to thank, first of all, Sandeep sir, Parul University, for giving me such opportunity. And most importantly, I would like to thank lovely audience who um, thought to join these seminars. So in this webinar, I'll be sharing some of the tips or some of the experience that I learned while I was approaching for the placement or while I was at the college. So it's been 7 years now. I'm working with the industry. So now I am realizing many things, many um, topics that I missed at the my placement level. So this will going to be um, interactive. So can participate um, chat on the chat window, or they don't have a permission? Okay. So do we have a chat permission for the participant? Okay. So if participant can join the chat window, or maybe you can do the write down into the FB live. So I'll get the idea. Okay, I can see the chat. So this will be very interactive session. I'll be taking some inputs from you. Okay, and based on that, I'll share some of my learnings. Okay, perfect. So let me just open the live page. Okay, perfect. So I can see the chats coming up in the live. Perfect. Excellent. So, first of all, I just want to understand from the audience, have you decided your future of interest? So, in which stream you want to proceed, like designing, programming, or maybe business side, business analyst, or maybe artificial intelligence or cloud computing? So, do you have anything in mind, like you want to pursue your career? So, you can just write it down. So you can write down into the FB chat, or maybe you can write down into the um, Google Meeting chat. Cloud computing, perfect. Artificial intelligence, nice. Okay, so we have a cloud computing, networking, yes, artificial intelligence, perfect. So let's understand first of all what we gonna learn based on these inputs, right? I was also crazy about all these things in our time. Ethical hacking was very much popular, and everyone wanted to go with the ethical hacking. The second part was a big data, right? So everyone wanted to be a big data developer. Everyone was very interested with the all these big data tools. Another part was the Android development, so everyone was thinking about Android development. Some of them were thinking about the iOS development. So here we will discuss like how to identify your domain. Okay, first of all, it's very important that you should identify your domain, right? So let me start with the agenda for this webinar. So first of all, we will gonna understand like what market expectation, right? What market is expecting from you. Then we will understand how to identify your domain. Then we will understand what is the active learning, self marketing, and finally we will end up with the attitude and behavior, right? So definitely, as I said, this will be the interactive session. I'll be asking some of the question time by time, so you can write down the your answers into the FB chat, right? Perfect. So first of all, let's start with the what is the market expectation? Okay. So let me ask you a quick question. Let's say we have a let's say you are a businessman and you want to open a car showroom in Vadodara, right? So which one you will prefer, Lamborghini or Suzuki? So just write down your answer, or maybe you can think your answer if you are not active on the FB. Just try to think your answer. Which one is good for you? So which company you will start in Vadodara, Suzuki or Lamborghini? So definitely our answer is the Maruti Suzuki, right? Because market expect Suzuki. Okay, market doesn't expect the Lamborghini. Because if we open the showroom Lamborghini, we might get the fame, we might get very luxurious experience, but we will not able to sell it, right? Our purpose is not getting sold. What market expect is the Maruti Suzuki, right? So similarly, if market expect the Maruti Suzuki, we need to understand the market expectation, and based on that, we have to present ourselves. We have to sell something, right? So we can't sell Lamborghini. We can't sell a very big or very expensive car, especially in a small town, right? If we go into the bigger town, still we need to understand the market, and based on that, we need to open our business, right? It's a very fair point, right? So we will come back to here, like based on this example, what we need to take care as a, in the placement, right? So now, as we have discussed, like some of them you want to pursue a career into the artificial intelligence, some of them you want to pursue a career into the cloud computing, networking, Android, iOS, right? But before that, we need to understand, we need to identify your domain, right? Domain of interest. It's not so whatever we are speaking, Android, iOS, or maybe artificial intelligence, okay, these are the flavors, okay, but base is different. Okay, so these are the some of the areas I have listed down as a base. Okay, so you need to understand, are you good with the logical part? Are you good with the programming? Are you good with the solving the algorithm? Okay, this is especially for final year student who doesn't have a good time. They need to analyze themselves. For the pre final year student, you can still have a chance to change your domain. right? So first of all, you need to identify your domain, which one is good for you. Programming, are you a creative thinker? Like, you can see some picture and you can design, or you are getting some design in your mind, and then you have a base of designing, right? Are you confident to talk with the people? You like to talk with the people or surround by people, right? Then you have to think about the business analyst, because business analysts have to communicate the requirement with the customer, understand the customer nature, understand the customer requirement, and present to the developer, right? Then if you are good with the analytical skill, if you can able to analyze data, if you are getting the innovative idea, right, you can think about the data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, right? But still, base of this all these technologies, it's a statistics, mathematics, right? So if you are very good in mathematics analysis, okay, your analytical skill, so if you are good in that, you have to think about the data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. But you need to make sure, or you need to clear your requirement, that what you want or why you are starting your job, okay? Because there are less opportunity, or there are more effort to find the opportunity on these three fields as a fresher level, right? If you are experienced, if you have a very good knowledge about the algorithm, you can easily go into one of these technologies, right? But if you don't have a algorithm background, logical power, it will be difficult for you to choose this career, okay, to just choose career in this field as a fresher level. Once you get the experience, you can easily switch, right? Because again, this base of this technology is the programming, right? Logical power. Another thing is the cloud engineer. So if you like to configure a system, if you like to configure the tool set, you can choose the cloud computing, because in the cloud computing, we have to configure the tool set, we need to check the compatibility, okay? In our case, in our college, we had a many student, they were very good at the computer, okay? So they can do anything with the computer, they can hide something, they can operate in a different way. So if you like to do that kind of a configuration, you can choose the cloud engineer, okay? So, or maybe like a DevOps. So specifically it is called DevOps, where we have to manage the infrastructure plus some configuration, right? And the last part is the testing. It's I have just highlighted with this mark, because now we don't have a separate testing field, more of it's kind of a quality assurance, okay? And still, step further step, it's now from quality assurance to the SDET. So if you heard about the SDET, it's a software development engineer in test. So more of a kind of a testing, it's like a SDET, okay? So first of all, you need to identify yourself, just write down some points, like in which field you are good at, right? When I was a fresher, I was getting this kind of a seminar, like, you have to continue your career where you are good at. I was like, wherever I will get a money, wherever I will get a good package, I will pursue my career in that domain, okay? But after some time, you will realize that whichever field you are good, if you are doing that, you will be very very happy. So yes, definitely, when you are doing good, you will get the money, you will get the good package, right? So it's kind of a mixed choice. If you are getting the money in some other field, with it doesn't you doesn't have a interest on that, if you have this that opportunity, you can decide. But still, you need to identify your domain, at least for your clarity, which one is good for you. Either you want to pursue on designing, business analyst, this DSML, AI. So these are the base. So once you are clear with this base, then you can think about the Android, iOS, all this .NET developer, Java developer, automation tester. So market is not expecting you to to be like a Lamborghini car owner. If you are a Suzuki car owner, that is also okay. Okay. So what market expect to have a basic understanding of your field, right? So if you are applying for the Android developer, make sure you have a basic fundamentals of programming. If you don't know anything about Android, still they will hire you. Okay, you just need to understand the programming. Consider your example. Let's say you are starting a company, right? Let's say, consider, assume that you are starting the company. What you will expect from the fresher? What is your expectation from the fresher, the person who doesn't have any idea about the industry, right? Or consider a very simple example. Let's say you have a shop and you are hiring the person as a helper. Okay, so what skill you will look? First thing is the honesty, right? Second thing, should have a basic understanding and should have a good logical power, right? To talk with the customer, to collect the money, to calculate the money, right? These are the basic skill, right? You will not expect that you should have all the knowledge about my shop. It's totally different, right? Because each company, they have a different they have a different infrastructure processes for particular technology, right? So if you go into the Android, company A will have some different processes, company B will have a different processes, right? So you should focus on the fundamental thing as a fresher level. And no one will ask you, like, do you know big data? Do you know, how many seminars you have attended, how many, you know um, how many competition you have won? uh, Everyone will ask about the basics. So if you will not able to clear your basics, definitely it will be difficult, how many seminars or how many competition you have won. Okay, so first clear about the basics, and then if you are interested, you can think about learning all this advanced technology. Okay, it's kind of a specialization. So if you know programming and you want to go into the Android, you can go. Okay, but if you are going into the Android and if you don't know the basic of programming, it will be difficult to crack the interviews, right? So if you look at the um, questions from bigger company, they are based on the programming only. They will not give you a specific technology. They will say, use any technology, which one is comfortable to you, just we need to solve this program. So if you are good with the logical power, you can able to crack the interview, right? So I hope with this example you understood what market needs, and you have to prepare based on the market expectation. You don't have to present what you have, right? You know big data, you know ethical hacking, you know everything, but you don't know basics, right? So you don't have to present what you know, you have to understand what market expects. Perfect. That was the first point. Second point, once you identify your domain, once you know that which area you are good at, or let's say which area excite you more, you need to do active learning on that area. And for that, what you can do to do the active learning? So you need to understand what are the influencer or what are the expert who is sharing knowledges in your domain. So programmer, let's say you are good with the programming, so try to identify the person who is sharing the programming knowledge. Try to follow them. Okay, let's say you are in designing, we have so many person talks about the different design, posting every day about something about design. They are they are posting because they want to get review from the others, right? So just look at their design, so you will get the idea, oh my god, it is good design, maybe I can implement in some of the my area as well, right? So try to follow your influencer, the person who is posting the knowledge about your field, right? Another thing, follow the groups and social media page. So yes, it's a right time for the pre-final year student, it's a very good time, it's a golden time. Final year students, still it's a right time to follow all these groups and unfollow at least for some time all the pages which is just for time pass. Okay, so when you follow these groups and social media pages, you are surrounding or you are getting experience or getting updates from your area every day. Okay, and you don't know which one might help during the interview. So it's very very important that every day you are learning something new from these groups, right? And might be at some days you are getting some question into the interview and you know that answer, right? Because you are getting updates every day, and these are the people who are already working in the industry, right? So follow the groups, social media pages based on your interest. Okay, participate in global challenges. um, it's a kind of a mixed topic. Let's say you are good with the programming. Just try to think, do you know any global platform where you can think, you can participate as a programmer, or you can do your you can do your practice into this kind of challenges, global challenges. So there are some hackathons. There are some, if you know about the hacker rank, if you know about the lead code, these are the platform where if you solve the code, you will get the score. Okay. And once you get the good score, you can put your this achievement into your resume as well, right? You know that at the fresher level there are multiple people, the competition is very high. So if you put this kind of thing in your resume, it will be very very good. If you put this kind of things in your resume, you will just, you are just clearing many competition, because people will look at, like, this person knows this kind of a tool and have a, you know things in your resume as well, right? So it will just uniquely identify you from lots of other people. So participate in global challenges. I'll have some examples on this third point. The fourth one, research on what industry expect at fresher level from your domain. So as I said, you want to pursue your career into the iOS or Android or maybe some other technology that you are thinking at this specialization level, right? But just know your base. What is the base? And try to identify what market expect at this level, right? And very good source is just try to go into the naukri.com, try to search the job opportunity for the fresher level, and try to see the job description, what they are expecting, what they have written, what they are expecting at the fresher level. So are they writing you should know ethical hacking, big data? Okay. Even if you are applying for big data, they check the knowledge of the database. Okay, they check the knowledge, how you are good with the SQL. They don't check about the big data, because everyone knows that you don't have a subject about big data, you don't have a subject about ethical hacking. So whatever you have learned, how you are good in your area, right? So first of all, you need to understand the basics, and at the fresher level just focus on a base, what market expect, right? So you should know about, if you have subject about operating system, you should know basics about operating system, all the concepts. Programming, definitely, if you are going into the program, data structure, analysis of algorithm, so these are your subject you already learn, you just need to revise that. Okay, don't go with the learning Android. Definitely they will teach you. If you don't know Android, if you are good at the logical power programming, they will teach you, and I'm sure that they will train you. And I was also same part, I focused on the base at that time. I was fortunate to understand that market is not expecting the high level technology, they just expect the basics, so I was just focusing on the basics, right? So you need to research on what market expect at your level. These are some of the example that I got. So you can see these are the some of the example that I have in my LinkedIn connection. So you can see this is a student, okay, posting the hacker rank achievements, that finally achieved 5-star on Java page, right? So do you know what is the advantage of posting like this? You can see how many people liked. It's a 114 at the student level. 114 people like this achievements, right? So that means 114 people, let's say I have only one person is liking, so one person has a 500 connection, so all the 500 connection can able to see that this person achieved something. Okay, now you can see it's a 114. So at least the network is getting increased, market is viewership is getting increased, right? So when you are posting this kind of a post frequently, people are watching you, right? You are getting noticed. So whenever I have any requirement at the fresher level, I can just think of only one student who is posting more and more, right? Because I have in my mind, every day I'm opening the LinkedIn, this person is posting something, and I know that he is a student, right? So whenever I'm getting any fresher requirement, I can directly forward to him as well, right? So there are multiple people in the LinkedIn, they are watching this kind of a post, and they can forward you the a very good opportunity. Okay. So definitely yes, college is arranging everything like placement and everything, but you have to be proactive to do something out of ordinary, right? Definitely we are getting placed, but how can you do yourself, how can you get the job, a very good job by yourself? So you need to proactively market yourself, Okay, so I have another topic, that is self marketing. We'll understand this as well. So I have some of the example. You can see a student on the left and right hand side, 5 star. Again, student, one more added into the list, hacker rank, successfully earned 4 star on hacker rank. And I have seen that some of the, so I am posting this type of a question every day on LinkedIn, right? And I'm very surprised the students are answering this type of a question. I'm posting this type of a question for the experienced people, but you can see students are answering this type of a very good explanation, and they are also saying that most probably not, if you could explain. That means they are eager to learn. Okay, and this type of a people, they are just coming out as a, ordinary, I mean extraordinary people. So this type of a people will get attention from the people, right? So just try to participate in your challenges, that you think that you have some resources where you can get this type of a challenges, right? Participate, try to answer, because you, if you are answering this type of a challenges, you are visible to the hundreds of people, right? And everyone can see that you are a student. So if I'll get any opportunity for the student or for the fresher level, definitely I'll contact this guy, because this guy is always answering all my post, right? So it's actually getting attention, my attention. So whenever I'm getting any fresher level requirement, I'm thinking like, do I have any contact on fresher level, who is a fresher? So definitely I'll get first person in my mind is this, right? So participate your achievements, sorry, socialize your achievements and participate in this kind of a challenge, right? And let's say you identify your domain, you are doing the active learning, you are also doing some social, you are actively participating into the social media. After that, one thing is very important, it's a consistency. So if you are not consistent, let's say after this webinar you are doing all these things, okay, but after 10 days you just stopped, right? At the placement, when you are getting the placement, you realize, oh my god, I missed many things, right? And trust me, this time, 6 months or 1 year, for the pre-final year student, you are getting, it's a golden time. So if you can able to utilize this time, you might get very 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 good opportunity in a very good company at the fresher level only. Okay, so your career will stabilize. And according to me, 70% how your career will be depends on how you are doing in this 1 year, right? So if you get a very good opportunity at the fresher level, you don't have to do, you don't have to struggle a lot at your career, right? But if you are just, not getting a very good opportunity at fresher level, you need to work hard after the college as well to get into some level, right? So 30% still I can say it's in your hand after you get the job, like how you are doing hard work and how you are approaching to different companies and how you are reaching towards the at some level, right? But 70% it's easy from the college, like how you are going and how you can prepare yourself to crack the very good interviews, right? So consistency is very very important. From today only, just try to analyze your time where you are spending more time, okay? Just try to reduce that and spend this time in learning from your area, right? Perfect. Very good and very interesting, very important topic, self marketing. I was very much lacking when I was a fresher. So I was not marketing myself. I had a LinkedIn account, but I was not posting anything. I was thinking that people should recognize my effort, right? I'm not the right person to tell, how good I am, right? People should recognize my talent. So people should be, I was thinking that people should be smart enough to recognize my talent, right? The world is not working in that way. You have to do market by yourself. You have to do your marketing, right? If you are not doing your marketing, no one will get the idea that how good you are, right? I'll give you one example. Let's say I'm coming to Baroda, or let's say I'm going to different cities, right? And I want to have a burger, right? I want to find out, like, I want to eat a burger. So which shop you are getting at the first place? So which brand or which shop you are getting at the first place? So what you will search in Google? So definitely first thing, almost all the people will search for the either Subway, either McDonald, right? Another example, let's say you want to drink a coffee, right? In, let's say you are going Bangalore and you want to drink a coffee. So which brand or what is your first thought about the shop? So definitely we'll get the thought that is the Starbucks or CCD, right? And we know that everyone from the small town or mega city, everyone knows about the McDonald and Starbucks, CCD. Why? I have seen that in our Pune, we have a very good one shop owner who is making a very good coffee. Okay, and it's like I feel it's better than the Starbucks and CCD. Okay, but do you know that guy? No, right? Why? Because the marketing. So if you market yourself, though you are not very good at some from at some level, but still people will approach you. You can crack many of the opportunities because you are doing marketing, right? Because if world is you are invisible from world, you will not get that much exposure, right? But if you know little bit but world is knowing you, definitely you will get more exposure. So I have seen that when I selected into the placement, uh, I got a very good package. Okay, but personally I knew that there are more technical people than me, right? So we had around 400 peoples in the interview, and I think two of them were selected. Okay, I was one of them, but I definitely knew that there are many people the way more technical than me. Okay, but they are not getting selected. Many reason. One is they were very more technical on specialization. I was working on the base. Okay, I was marketing myself. So in the interview also I was marketing myself, like, I do like this, I did like this. Okay, some honest work that I did. Okay, and definitely first thing is the honesty. You have to be honest, very honest in the interview, because at fresher level it's very very important that you are honest, right? So if you do self marketing, you will get many opportunities, right? And lately I active on LinkedIn. Okay, and I guess because of that I'm here in front of you. Okay, if I have not market myself, might be I am missing so many opportunities. So I'll give you one example. Recently one of the company reach out to me that we are the US based company, but we are finding the talents from India, and I feel that you are very suitable for our organization. So I thought let's explore this opportunity as well, and I have given the interview and I got selected, and they offered me package in USD. Okay, so you can think, like, if I'm not marketing myself, I'll not get this kind of opportunity, right? And you know that when you are working for USA, there is a huge difference between package from here and USA, right? But it requires the talent, it requires the marketing, it requires the expertise, right? So self marketing is very very important, and LinkedIn is the best way to market yourself, and that we are going to see that how you can do self marketing. Like, you are talking about self marketing, but what are the ways to do self marketing? So first one, very bold, make a LinkedIn connection. It's a free marketing for yourself to create a connection. So if you have a good network, let's say you have a 5,000 people in your connection, when you need the job, just add one post, and you will surprise with the result how many people are reaching out to you, right? So please be active on LinkedIn, make a good LinkedIn connection, so that network is your net worth, right? We have that thoughts that network is your net worth. So if you have a good network in LinkedIn, definitely it will be helpful for many ways. If you get stuck in some organization with some technical issues, you can post into the LinkedIn. There are many people who help you out, right? So at least this is the right time to create a LinkedIn profile and be active on LinkedIn instead of the time pass media. At least for till the time you are not getting the right opportunity, you have to work on this. Participate in all discussion which you can. As I said, as I mentioned, you can see here, this person is participating in this kind of a questions, right? So if you participate, you are doing your self marketing, you are getting noticed. You can see, if this person is not participating, how I get to know that this person is exist and this person has a very good understanding on the programming, right? So participate in all the discussion happening on the social media, so it will be very helpful for you to get noticed, right? Socialize your achievements. We have discussed that how to socialize your achievements. So if you are socializing your achievements, it's very minor achievements, minor experience, still socialize, right? People will get not people will notice you, and they can inspire from you as well. So if you are if you are socializing this one, like you can see, finally achieved 5-star Java based in hacker rank. Many experienced people, they haven't tried this hacker rank, and they cannot achieve the 5-star, right? So if you are socializing this kind of achievements, you are getting noticed, you are doing your self marketing, and you can be the inspiration, right? But before that, you have to do self marketing. Our target is to do self marketing, right? LinkedIn recommendation. I feel that still we are lacking on appreciating the others, right? Giving the recommendation. You can see how many people know you around your college. There are so many people, right? Why you're not recommending each other? So if any person visiting your LinkedIn profile, they should have, like, 5 people recommended this person, right? So it's a very good impression that people are talking about you as well, right? So ask for the recommendation from your colleague. It's very important that you have some recommendation, right? And it's free, right? You can give the recommendation, you can get the recommendation. It's not something that you are getting the recommend, you have recommended by 5 person and you haven't given any recommendation. So if you can see in the LinkedIn, you will get, like, recommendation given and recommendation got. So if you are not giving the recommendation, again, it's a bad impression that you are not appreciating others. Just getting the recommendation, it's not sufficient. You have to give recommendation for other people as well. That means you are doing something from your side. You are socializing who helped you, right? So LinkedIn recommendation, it's a win-win situation for both, who is giving and who is getting, right? So give and get. So identify your groups and recommend each other on the LinkedIn, right? Sorry. Create your professional portfolio on GitHub and blogs. So I have seen people are creating it, but still at the interview time, we are not ready with the professional portfolio. So at least have some if you are a programmer, use GitHub to upload your code, upload your whatever learnings you did. Okay, I have created my blog when I was in 5th semester. So what I used to do, we were getting the programs and I was solving the program, and I felt like this program can be useful for many students, right? So I was uploading programs in my blog. Okay, and I was getting very good response, and that blog link I have added into my resume as well, right? And when you add this kind of details in your resume, definitely people will get impressed. Like, at the fresher level, you know about these things, right? At the fresher level, you are adding this kind of details into the resume, right? So you are just turning out something different, right? And you are actually catching the eye of the recruiter, right? Definitely career objective. If you look at the 1,000 resume, in 999 resume you will see the career objective, right? A very big story. And we know that people are just copy pasting from the no one is reading the career objective. But if you are adding this kind of a details, it's a eye catching, right? So add this kind of a details instead of typical formal details, like, um, participated in this challenge, participated in this challenge. That is good, but it's not giving a value nowadays. You have to do something like a GitHub repo, or maybe some blogs, maybe whatever you have contributed and you got recognized. Okay, this kind of details you can add into your resume. There are some example. You can see some of the Bollywood celebrities who changed their name because self marketing. There are some other reason as well, but I have seen that people are changing the name because they are more, you know, they more want to create a brand for yourself. You can see who are the actress, actor or actress. Shilpa Shetty. Previously, it was Ashwini Shetty. Sunny Deol, Ajay Singh Deol. So you can see Ajay Singh Deol. It's not very, it's very catchy name. Sunny Deol, very catchy. Sajid Ali Khan, Saif Ali Khan. You can see Jai Hemant Shroff, Tiger Shroff. You can say Jai Hemant Shroff. If I say like, I'm a hero and my name is Jai Hemant Shroff, it's not eye catchy. Instead of Tiger Shroff, it's very easy. It's something like different, something eye catching. So people are also doing a name change because they want to market themselves. Okay, so understand how to market, how to do the self marketing, right? Very very interesting and very very important. Attitude and behavior is everything. So first thing, think globally. That means I know that people are doing the competition inside the college only. They think that college is everything. Okay, if a person is not getting the first in the class, they feel that everything is over. I have to be first, right? And for that, they can sacrifice the knowledge. They can even mug up the things, but ultimately it will harm you, because when you are at the industry level, no one will ask you you were a first, you were a second. People will just ask how much you know, right? So think globally, compare yourself with the global competition. Like, you know that you are not only 100 or 200 student in your college. There are thousands of students from across the world, right? So compare yourself with that student. Okay, don't compare with the, definitely there should be a healthy combination, a competition, but you should not get demotivated, or you should not focus on your just college achievements only, right? So don't compare yourself just locally, like if I'm a good at with this 60%, definitely I will get a job. No, this things is not working that way. Be polite and don't take things personally, especially in the professional environment, as well as in the interview. Be very polite, though interviewer is trying to check your patient level. So be polite and don't take things personally. Just try to do communication. Many times you will feel that you had a very bad experience with some people. Try to be good with that people as well. Okay, it will actually make you happy, as well as it maybe sometimes it helps in a different way. Like, this person also realizing their mistake, and they are reaching out to you for some other reason, right? So just try to be polite and don't take things personally. Focus on intrapersonal skill. I have seen that people are not very much active. um, Whenever I am doing this kind of a seminars, I just ask different question to people. Like, first I asked, what is your area of interest? Then I ask, like, which one you will um, which car showroom you are interested to open in Vadodara. So people are not answering. Like, I'm getting hardly 3 to 4% answering Suzuki, right? You have to participate, you have to increase your intrapersonal skill. So if you participate, I have seen that some of the people I can remember the name from this kind of a webinar, because they are, whenever I am asking any questions, they are just forced to answer. Okay, so I can see that, okay, these are the person. I can see that Chirag answering all my questions, right? So I'm getting noticed, right? Not I'm getting noticed, but I am the Chirag, the person who is answering, is getting noticed to me, right? So you have to participate actively on any discussion and develop your intrapersonal skill. That means make a good connection with everyone, your friends. You might not you don't know when which people will help you, right? So make very good connection with all the people at least in your college, right? So I have seen that computer people, they don't know about a mechanical student. Computer people, they don't know about their seniors or maybe super seniors. Try to have a good connection with everyone. If you don't know how to start the conversation, learn something, but have a good connection with all your seniors, at least with the seniors, and with your colleagues, right? And be fun loving. So I have seen that many technical person, they are getting rejected because they are not giving a very good emotions in the interview. You can see I have posted two pictures. You can see first one, how tense interview is going on. After the interview, this person who is giving interview will get oh my god, this was very bad interview. The person who is taking the interview also get you know negative kind of emotions, like it was very tense. But you can see this interview below, it's very fun, right? So try to make a connection with the interviewer. So at the first place only, don't start directly on the professional. Okay, maybe when you are approaching to the interviewer, maybe you can just ask like good morning, how was your day going on. Okay, this will make a good connection with the recruiter interviewer. And try to do research what interviewer is liking. Okay, and try to speak something about their likes. Okay, meanwhile when you are getting a time, try to speak about their likes. I know that some interviewers, I have seen that social media, they are very good at traveling. So whenever they are saying that how's your day going on, I talk about I traveled here till here, and it was very good experience because I love traveling. Okay, I like to do traveling. And they speak about themselves, right? It's a good connection we are making. And then you will not feel tense or you will not feel nervous in the interview. So try to understand the interviewer interest, and at least try to make some eye contact so that you can make a connection. You will feel very comfortable, right? So be fun loving. It's it's okay to crack some kind of a jokes as well in the interview. Okay, it will increase your confidence. Also it will reduce the tense mahal. It will reduce the tense environment, right? So just try to make a connection and try to think something. I know that I have seen that people are good at the score, they good at the skill, but they are like very silent. So if I ask question, they like, okay, this is the answer for this one. Okay, some of like, oh yeah, I know the answer, maybe this is the answer, right? So something like expressive. Okay, and people who are talking more in the college, they are more successful in their career because they are talking, they are approaching to the people, right? So just try to communicate. Don't feel like very nervous, very depressed in the interview. They will not get a good emotions or good vibes about your candidature, right? So just try to be polite, little bit funny, and try to connect with the interviewer. Perfect. So that is the on attitude and behavior. And the final, all the best for your interview. So that was it from my side, that what I learned so far, that we need to understand ourselves and we need to develop some skill set to get placed in very good companies, right? So I'll summarize in 2 minutes what we have learned. So we have learned, like first of all, yes, understand the market expectations, what they are expecting. Identify your domain so that you will not feel stress when you are doing the work at high package. You will get the high package, but if you are not happy, it's meaningless. You will not able to continue for more time, right? So I suggest, if you are getting less package compared to high package, try to go into the field where excite you, which you are interested, right? Do active learning in your area, do self marketing, and make a good attitude. Work on some of the areas that you are feeling that you are weak. I was weak at so many areas, and I have improved time by time, right? So I was very weak at so many. I was very weak at the communication. Okay, so I was not able to communicate with the interviewer, and I was very nervous when I was giving my interview because I have to speak in English. Okay, and I didn't know that how can I speak in English, right? So try to identify your weakness as well, so this will help you to do something better. Okay, and the last tips, I have seen, I have got this question that I'm getting nervous in the interview. So I have a one tips that I personally feel myself that is working. Try to listen to the song that you feel that it's very good for you. Okay, that is that you like, right? And if you try to listen to the some high bass song, right, uh, then it will reduce your nervousness. And don't try to listen, try to speak the lyrics as well, right? So when you try to speak the lyrics, you are actually making the practice of speaking, right? So let's say before half an hour, if you try to speak, if you try to sing the song, you are reducing your nervousness and you are generating the vibration in your body, right? So if you do that, it will decrease your nervousness very, I mean, it's a big impact on you. So just try to sing the song. It's not, you just have to listen. Try to open the lyrics and try to sing with the while you are listening. Okay, this will decrease the nervousness and it will actually increase your pronunciation. Okay, perfect. That's it from my side. I want to open up for the question, so if you have any question, you can just type it. Sir, where can I get this valuable slides? I'll post it. I'll share it. Yes, Sandeep sir.
Yes, sir. So thank you very much, sir. And I observed some points. That is what, when you are taking the placement, but before going to taking the placement, you need to identify your domain. That is really good, right? Second thing,
Exactly.
that is the learning process. Okay, so give your valuable time to learning the learning process, not giving to the extra curricular activity. Third things I can identify, that is when we are writing the resumes, at the time the career objective is the important. And as you said, most of the people, they can just copy from the internet and paste. And
Exactly.
after then we will see that what the, we are not selected for that particular company or something else. So that particular selectors, they easily identify that this is copy paste from somewhere. Third things I can observe, that is what, listening, right? So listening is again a better tool, right? Once you listen carefully, okay, then you can answer. And one and important point, that is what, the placement. When you are taking the placement from the campus placement, then it will be more easier than taking the outside placement. So as you said, 70% placement, when you are taking from the campus placement, then it is very easy. And we
Yes.
people are thinking that yes, I got selected. I have some means, we are more confident. But
Yeah.
that 30% is very tough, right? So that is what, if we are completing our BTech, after then we are searching for the job, and then it is very difficult to enter in the IT sector. It's very difficult. And one more thing, that is entrance in the IT sector, that is tough. But once you enter in the IT sector, then it is little bit more easier. Okay. Then one more point that I got, that is attitude and behavior and honesty. So when you are presenting, when you are when you are giving your interview and in front of the interviewer, if you are more honesty and if your attitude is also good, then again it's very helpful for your interview. Okay,
Exactly.
so these are some area where I found out. And one of more important, that is most important for the virtual environment. So last 1 year, from last 2 year, we are facing the problem of the COVID, right? So in this COVID situation, if we are creating our professional portfolio on GitHub and blogs, okay, then it's really good for getting the job. and also it's good
Exactly.
for creating your identify.
Yes.
Okay, so that is most important point that you shared with us.
Perfect. I will give one more advice to the people. Try to be active on the LinkedIn, because you will get to learn so many things on the LinkedIn, especially for the person for the student who are interested in learning something new every day on programming. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. So you can search with the same name like Chirag Khimani. Okay, I'm posting the questions every day, so that every day we are learning something new, some new concept. Okay, so try to follow that type of groups or social media, um, in the in any of the social media like Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more professional, so I like that a lot. So try to learn something new, try to update yourself in your expert area, right? I will also paste the profile my profile link into the LinkedIn FB chat, or maybe you can write down into the um, yeah. So I'll post into the FB chat, so you can connect with me as well. Okay. So it will be a very good learning opportunity when you follow this kind of pages and some social group where people are discussing about the technologies, and they are not discussing about anything. All this, um, entertainment. They are just discussing about your technical skill set. So if you just be on that group for, let's say, for 3 months, you get so many understanding about your area as well. So just try to be connected. Okay, any question? Think there is no. Sir, where can we get this slide? Okay. uh, Perfect. So I think there is no question. If you still have some question, just try to reach out to me. You can reach out to the Sandeep sir as well. Okay. So if you have any questions regarding career, like how to prepare, which stream, anytime you get stuck, try to approach to the senior as well, because they are already working into the market. They have a better understanding. Okay. And trust me, people are just changing the, when you are approaching to the seniors or someone, you might don't know that what you are getting. Okay, I'm taking one example. Someone from my college reached out to me on Facebook and told me that I got selected, and I got selected into the Android developer. Okay, so I told, like, Android is kind of a, there are a lot of competition in Android, right? So I thought uh, you can go with the automation testing. Okay, so these are the areas where you can get the less competition, because there are no many people are not there in this domain. Okay, Android developer you will get so many people. Automation testing, it's little bit new compared to Android, and it's demanding nowadays. It's very demanding. Okay, but first impression is that it's a testing. I don't want to go into the testing, I want to be a developer. But you don't know, automation testing, we are doing the development only. Okay, we are writing a code to test some software, some website. And it's a, this code is nothing, it's kind of a very, I mean, it's like we are using all the concepts that developer are using. And that is why I said, like, it's now not testing, it's a quality assurance. And it's now called not quality assurance, it's a software development engineer in test. Okay. And she moved into the automation. After that, I have, I mean, I have given the suggestion, like, good opportunity to learn, to explore yourself is to find some freelancing, just to get idea how end-to-end project is working. Okay, so freelancing is a very good exposure to anyone, to get opportunity to directly interact with the person or client, understand their expectation, work on it, try to deliver. So you will learn so many things on this kind of opportunity, but you should be open to that kind of opportunity. You need to do something to get that opportunity. Okay, so just reach out to seniors, reach out to the any person on LinkedIn. I don't think LinkedIn is a network where someone will block you or someone will not respond. People are very much eager to help other people. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. So thank you very much for giving your valuable time. Okay.
Thank you.
So
And you all are the great audience. I can see some people are typing on the Facebook chat as well. So just try to focus on your area of interest. Okay, and just best of luck for your all interview preparation. Okay, just do your best and make a Parul University proud that we had this alumni who got this kind of a job or placement as well. Okay, thank you.
thank you very much, sir.
Bye bye.